We live. We live. G'day, guys, and welcome to another episode here on Fancast, where we have a proper footy chat. First time using the sound system. Steve, Papa the Cherry, is here for the first time on a Fancast live stream. How's it going, my friend?
So pumped! Yeah, I'm very happy to be on here. Answer all your questions, and big trade week. Lot to talk about. Probably until the draft. So get your questions while you can, because I'm very happy to be on here. And
yes.
I'll answer anything.
You'll answer anything, such as what is the meaning of life? Go, ask him. Ask him how they're going to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Ask him anything.
I won't get into that.
He will answer it if he says.
I've dug myself a deep hole.
Go, have a drink.
Are they Wild Turkey sponsored?
No, we're not sponsored. But if you do, if anyone wants to sponsor us, please hit us up.
Yep.
We'll gladly put anyone here next to this beautiful red Sharon. Ultimate greatness.
Because I was specifically turning the can just in case we were...
Turn the can, absolutely. Ultimate greatness, good of you to come on. How's it going? Can't wait for the show. I know, neither can we. Mate, we just recorded a video talking about the trade period, so you guys make sure that you stay tuned to that because it was a really good one. Ultimate greatness has provided us with our very first question of the evening. Much love. Thoughts on the Guinea trade? Is it over/unders? Now, you're a Hawk.
Yep.
Did you pay overs or unders for him?
If you had to pick one, it'd be overs. I wouldn't say there's a clear answer, but I don't know. It was just more Collingwood improving their draft pick positions. So I think they had like roughly 3 picks better. They got a future second by us, so actually that in itself makes them win. But that'll be a question answered probably in 5 years' time.
Collingwood win.
Yeah, Collingwood win. I reckon Collingwood win for the time being. But if Guinea wins another flag, then we'll see.
If Guinea wins another flag, as you guys can tell, I am absolutely
if Essendon win a flag,
crazy on this. No, if Essendon win the flag, mate, we're in heaven. No, we're going to stop. As you guys can see, we are absolutely having a ball with these sounds, with these sounds here. Take it easy. Calm down now. Shaz, how's it going? Thanks for coming on, man. Thoughts on Tyler Brockman and Matt Flynn joining the Eagles? That's right. I know you're an Eagles man, Shannon. Tyler Brockman, I know you really like him, and
he's going to be grouse.
He's going to be grouse.
Yeah.
I don't use the word grouse. That's your thing. I'm not going to say.
I'm a bogan.
He's a bogan. I'm not a bogan. Still an Australian. Don't get me wrong. So don't deport me. Matt Flynn is great. No, I love Matt Flynn. I think because you can't keep relying. Look, Bailey Williams had a good season, right? BJ Williams. He's got a nickname. I'm not going to say it what it is. But you know what BJs are.
He improved this year.
He was good this year.
Can they work together? Can Bailey Williams play forward? Is he going to be like that if Soldo and Nankervis played in the same team? Is it going to be that sort of thing where Bailey Williams is going to be more forward?
I think so. Yes,
because Flynn can't play forward.
No. Flynn's a ruckman, and if that's not, and Flynn, he's great at getting that ground ball, bringing the ball to ground, and he can be like a bit of a Briggs sort of thing. Like he was going to be, like Matt Flynn was going to be the next number 1 ruckman at the Giants, but all of a sudden Kieran Briggs, the god, the goat, the Superman, just came in and just took his thunder.
I personally reckon West Coast would have been better off keeping Bailey Williams in the ruck. And they drafted last year, is it Harry Barnett?
Yes. Correct.
I don't know what his situation is. I mean, he was a early second, late first, that sort of thing. So maybe...
he was the best ruckman in the draft last year.
Yeah. Look, personally, I haven't seen him much since he's joined the Eagles, so maybe he's struggling a bit, that sort of thing, but maybe he could have gotten a little bit more game time.
Probably should have.
That sort of thing. I don't know. I personally reckon they could have just kept Bailey Williams being the solo ruck. I don't think he did too much wrong. I think he's improving. So I think this time last year I was calling him the worst ruck in the comp.
Yeah.
So
because he was.
Well, he was. I don't think he is anymore. I think he's really improved. So yeah. And Brockman. Brockman's going to be great. He's going to be great when West Coast are more competitive. Probably for the short term, he'll struggle a little bit. but he'll get a game every week as long as he's healthy. Flynn, I'm a little bit sceptical of.
They got him for free. You got Flynn for free, Shannon.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just personally
positive.
reckon when you've got more, like you've got Bailey Williams and Barnett.
But Barnett hasn't played. He's not proven, though.
No, he's not
played a
proven.
game.
No, but maybe you could have got, squeezed a little bit of game time into him.
Maybe, but there's nothing wrong with having him develop in the waffle.
Well, how long's Flynn contracted for?
It's a good question.
I actually don't know. Was it 4? I actually do not know.
I mean, Matt Flynn isn't old. I think he's in the sweet spot in his career. I don't know. I personally think Flynn's a great pickup for the Eagles. Yeah, I don't know. Someone you got for free who can play immediately, give Bailey Williams a hit out, and they need more goal kickers. They can't keep relying because Darling. Just look at his name, Darling. Right? He's a darling on the field. He's not strong. He's not gonna.
He's kicked 500 plus career goals.
Yeah. Nowadays he's a darling, right?
And he is my favourite West Coast player of all time.
Really? All time.
Just because in 2015, West Coast were on a bit of a run, he drops the mark, that was a game changer. So thank you for everything, Jack Darling.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then he almost did it again against
He did do it against Collingwood. He did do it against Collingwood.
No one talks about it. Imagine if they lost.
That's why I'll never give him the full respect that he might actually deserve, but he shits himself in the big moments. It is what it is.
I'm pretty sure he was an anti-vaxxer as well, wasn't he?
Yes,
but we won't get into that.
So that's why they need someone big. They need to be able to allow and give some help to big Oscar Allen, man. They need more avenues to go, and I think if Flynn playing in the ruck will enable BJ Williams to pinch hit forward more and take a mark, kick a goal, because they need goals at the end of the day. And they had the worst number of goal kickers out of every team.
Well, that's easy to say, but it barely goes down there.
Fair enough. Well, maybe if they've got Flynn in the ruck, they're not going to be bullied against these big boys. Maybe the two ruck combo is going to get the ball down there.
Well, it might be a similar thing. So maybe like a Reeves and Meeks sort of thing where Meeks may be more suited to the bigger boys like Kieran Briggs and who's another great example? I don't know. And Reeves is more acquainted to like maybe a Jordan Sweet type, that sort of thing. So maybe they can mix and match with that. I think West Coast will be back up in a couple of years. I really like what they're doing. Like, they're a big enough club. They'll get Harley Reid, which I think will be very good. So I don't know. I think people are a bit down on West Coast, but
of course we're down on West Coast because they're shit and they're going to be shit for a long time.
Yeah.
I think we've given West Coast a lot of screen time here. Shannon, I know, Shannon, we spoke about this because I like you so much, all right?
Yeah,
that's about it.
I'm passionate about it, all right?
Yeah, stuff the Eagles. They're terrible, mate. They're going to be terrible for many years to come. They got a lot of work to do. They got a shit ton of work to do, dare I say. But I think Flynn and Brockman are both very serviceable options.
Yep.
Ultimate Greatness is saying what Collingwood gave up is the equivalent of about a pick 30. What the Hawks gave up in order to get Ginnivan.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit overs, but I think the majority of players that get traded are a bit over their value.
Of course. When you're contracted.
If you need a confidence booster, just put yourself out on the market and you'll be 10 times a better player.
100%.
Like that's the thing. Like, I've never heard so much hype over Jade Gresham in my life.
Mate, he's coming to the Bombers, that's why. It instantly becomes much better.
Yeah, I don't rate him. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I like the other three pickups, but just...
He's better than Snelling.
Oh, you would hope so. If you're paying him $700K.
Mate, Snelling can't kick 30 metres. I can out-kick Snelling.
Yeah, he's okay, Gresham, but yeah.
Lukey, you love the soundboard. I'm glad. Hopefully you're liking it half as much as I am, because I get to have the power here.
I didn't know what that button
That's
did.
what you did. It worked out well. Ultimate Greatness. Does West Coast make a play and get Tim English next year? I think that's definitely on the cards, I reckon.
What, after just getting Flynn?
Well, it's Tim English, bruv. This is Tim English. This is the number one.
Yeah, obviously.
He's a gun.
Yeah, obviously you go for him, but Matty Flynn will want to leave eventually.
That's fine, but they don't care. They care more. They care more about their team than caring about Matt Flynn's feelings.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Good
You know what I
point.
mean? Like, stuff Matt Flynn. I mean,
Oh, you would get Tim English if you could.
look at Melbourne. They didn't care about Grundy's feelings. They purposely didn't select him in their final side and then didn't even use their sub. Like, what the hell, bro? That's just
They care
spite
more
to you.
about Josh Shackey than Brody Grundy.
Yeah.
That's mental.
It's insane. It's stupid. Melbourne are just an absolute
No, didn't even.
basket case.
Shackey was a sub, wasn't he?
Yeah, didn't use him.
Yeah, that's.
Didn't activate him.
I can't. You can't. I know it's easy to say because Melbourne lost against Carlton, but you cannot convince me that Brody Grundy would have been better off.
Chuck us a old turkey, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry,
Brody
I was
Grundy,
hogging it.
Brody Grundy absolutely would have been a better selection. He is too good. The Swans have given up absolutely nothing.
He'll be pick of the year.
Yeah,
He'll
absolutely.
He's my early tip.
If you do Supercoach/fantasy, you lock them in.
Yeah.
If you don't lock in big Grundy into your side, then you're
He'll
losing your marbles.
Real quick, who will be the most stoned player come
Grundy.
March? I reckon it'll be Harley Reid.
Harley Reid, yeah, for sure. But in terms of the non-rookies, if you don't have Grundy in your ruck, then you're crazy, I think.
Yeah.
Globes, how's it going? Thanks for coming on, my friend.
On your Globes.
Ultimate greatness. Eagles need quantity over quality. They can get quality once they get some continuity together. So are you saying then, ultimate greatness, that you think that it might be in the Eagles' best interest to trade out their pick number 1 if it means getting multiple first-round picks? Because you're telling us that they need quantity. Now, I know the North Melbourne have put on the table 4 first-round picks to get that number 1 out. And we're still a fair way out from November 20 when the draft is.
Surely
so
they
you'd
do that.
imagine the offers that they're going to get as they get closer to November 20 are going to get
It's
higher.
either West Coast or North Melbourne, isn't it? Because no one's going to be able to match North Melbourne's offer.
No.
They
have to pick it up
Hawthorn,
too.
Melbourne, they won't match it, so they're wasting their time there if they do. It's either North Melbourne or West Coast, and I personally reckon he's just better off going to West Coast.
You reckon?
Yeah.
As him, for him, but it's not his decision at the end of the day. It should be it's the team.
Much better club. So I'm glad Big J isn't here.
Big J over there in Nigeria, you're getting your team smashed. I will join in.
talk crap about West Coast while you're not. North Melbourne while you're not here. I think. Yeah, just think he's better off going to West Coast just because, West Coast are a powerhouse. They're one of the top 3.
I respect them.
They're just about the biggest club in the AFL.
Oh, their fan base
They're
is
just not
immense.
talked about as much because they're not from Victoria, of course.
Correct.
So, but they're easily the biggest powerhouse interstate team wise. So I think West Coast. I trust West Coast more to get in a better direction than I do North Melbourne. Sorry to any North Melbourne supporters watching.
Melbourne, it's a different team at North Melbourne nowadays, right? They got a better. By the looks of things, Sonia Hood seems to know what she's doing. They got Clarko. Obviously, he's taken you guys to the promised land, multiple times. So it seems that they've got some different people behind the scenes now.
I've got a weird feeling that Clarko will leave the contract early, and I reckon he'll do a Kevin Sheedy and coach Tassie. And retire. That's my opinion.
That is a perfect soundbite for it. Yes.
I think Clarko will be the first coach for Tasmania. There's my big call. I don't think it's a big call. He's been a massive part of getting Tasmania into the AFL, but he'll do a Kevin Sheedy, I reckon, and want to coach them for the
Jeez,
first
I
couple
would
of years.
not want to be a North Melbourne supporter if that actually happens.
Oh, you can always.
In fact, I'd never want to be a North Melbourne supporter anyway, and thank God I'm not. So stuff that. Sorry, Corey. I know you're in the chat, and I know you're a big North Melbourne man.
Wait, I forgot Corey.
You forgot about Corsa, mate.
Corey, nothing against you. I'm just talking how I see it with North Melbourne.
This is what it is. This is a proper footy chat, mate.
We're just chatting footy.
Yeah, exactly. There's no sanitation
Chatting
here.
our opinions. I'm not going to twist my words with anything here.
Globes tells you to get that poop colour thing off your neck, mate.
Oh no, I wear it with pride.
He's sweating buckets here, and he's still wearing it. I'll give him props for that.
Hey! These are unique colours. We're not.
Nah, I see him every time I go to the bathroom. Take it easy.
The other 17 clubs wear a combination of 3 colours of some type.
It's all right. Every time you bleed, half of our colours are there.
Yeah.
Globes, who done better in the trade period, Bombers or Hawks? I'd say we did a great job Globes. Obviously, I'm an Essendon man, so I'm obviously very biased. But I think clear as day what we've got are 4 upgrades in 4 different areas of the ground. I think Goldie. I guess I'm sort of answering this question as well, Globes, for you that you got here. Who's a better forward, Goldie or Draper? I'd say Goldie's a better forward because you can trust him with his set shot kicking, whereas Drape's, he's more of an on-the-ground sort of, inspirational snap over the shoulder type of person. I think Goldie's a better forward than Draper, which makes him a great fit because we need more goal kickers. 2-metre Peter by himself is just...
You just need him healthy.
Yeah, you need him healthy. He can't do it by himself. Sam Wiedemann is about as useful as a barbershop next to a guillotine. There's absolutely no point to it. So I honestly think that we did a great job getting 4 different upgrades to our side. Yep. The Hawks, you guys did a decent job.
I think you guys did better though.
So we're paying money for it though, right? We're paying money.
Yeah, we're paying a little bit too, but you guys have used all your cap space, haven't you?
Yeah, or
just
there's
about.
still. Cal Toomey reckons there's still about 2 mil left.
No
still
way.
hanging around. That's what Cal Toomey said.
No way.
That we had that much money. Yeah, we've got so much money.
So did we.
And then
we've probably still got another 2 mil. I would have.
And because of the collective bargaining agreement, the salary cap's going up by another 15% next year.
Yeah. So you're better off just spending it.
Yes, exactly. So we didn't want to give up any trade capital. And I think Dodoro himself even said on AFL Trade Radio on his way out that this is going to be what we're going to be doing as an Essendon Football Club moving forward for the next couple of years because we still have room in the salary cap moving forward that we're not going to try. We're going to try keep hitting the draft, try and hold on to our draft picks and keep getting new players into the side through the free agency market.
Yeah.
So eventually that can't keep going, but I guess in time, people like Dylan Shield are going to be retired as well. They're going to be off the books as well.
Yeah, because Essendon wanted... So Essendon wanted Dylan Shield to stay, even though he wanted to go to St Kilda.
I think the Dylan Shield situation is a bit similar to the Jack Ginnivan situation. That Jack Ginnivan sort of felt that the club didn't want him anymore. We're sort of pushing him out the door a little bit.
We just
stuff you. All right, I'll exercise my right to go out to go somewhere. I don't think Ginnivan necessarily wanted to leave. I think he felt that.
No, he just felt like he was getting pushed out.
Correct.
I don't think you guys need Shield.
Was like that. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So I think Shield felt that way.
I don't know why why Essendon was so hell-bent on keeping him.
Because we didn't get the offers that we wanted. The news of him going to get that knee surgery did not help. Yeah, because if not for the knee surgery, I think we would have probably traded him out.
Didn't I see news today as well that he's getting
got
foot surgery
as well? Exactly.
So
there's a lot there on the Dylan Shield play. Had those news of him with his surgeries not come out, I think we probably would have traded him. But he's shot his trade value to bits, and he's still got 2 years on his contract. We were in no rush to trade him out this year.
How much is he on? He'd be close to $1 million.
He's
probably 900.
He's probably around 900.
Yeah, jeez.
Global says that Gresh can get 30 goals in our forward line. Yeah, I agree.
Well, he can definitely get 30 goals because he doesn't pass the ball.
There's no one to pass to good in our forward line anyway, so I don't mind.
He doesn't kick the ball to anyone. It's just his tunnel vision for the 6 points.
Look, I don't mind that because we've got players who just refuse to take responsibility and take the shot themselves.
Yeah, but there's times last season where there's a clear option to pass off, but he just has a shot from 45 on a tight angle. But I mean,
he's just more forward.
I don't think Brad Scott would cop that kind of stuff.
No.
So
having said that, I don't think Ross Lyon would have copped that stuff either.
Yeah. Oh,
hence why he's at the door, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Jan, how's it going? Good to see you. The Globes. Oh, this camera's working too? Oh, excellent. Hello. Just getting live feedback as we go here in the studio. Globes, I'm having real trouble working out our best 22 without leaving some of our upcoming youth. No, we don't want to... I think this is one of the first time, Globes, we've actually got a full team that we can field. And it's depth. There's no problem keeping these youngsters in the VFL to break their way into the side. I think it makes perfect sense to have a lot of good, healthy... Now we've got double audio going, apparently. Double audio.
What's this?
Oh my God, what's up with the audio? Sorry, Damo. Sorry, Ultimate Grass. I promise. We're good to go? Let
Yeah,
us know.
we're all
Give us thumbs up, guys, if we're good to go. So,
What was this? Was it who's a better forward?
I already answered that.
yeah.
It was, I'm
You're a
reading
big
about Global, reading that he's having trouble working out our best 22.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it's good. Like, it's fixed now. Great.
Well, you guys have got good depth.
Yeah, you need depth, and that was our problem because in the back half of the year, Draper went down with injury. Stringer was injured. Shield was injured. Setterfield was injured. Like, we got a lot of injuries. Harry Jones was injured.
Well, it's good to have good depth because you guys have injury issues a lot.
We have a lot of injury issues. I want that injury. I want the Medico team to be changed out.
Yeah, you grabbed him from us, and he's been crap.
Yeah, he's terrible. So take him back. Jeez.
Well, no, we're pretty happy with our current. Like our injuries, our medical staff's actually been really good.
Looks like we got the dud out of all of them.
Yeah, we grabbed. I forgot his name, but he was with Richmond for 9 years.
Oh, all right.
He actually used to be at Hawthorn and came back. I just forgot his name. I should have known his name. Oh well, been in off-season mode for too long.
I want us to get the people from Brisbane. The Brisbane Lions are somehow really good at keeping their players on the park. So I'd love to get someone from Brisbane to come across.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think having bigger depth is a much better situation to be in Globes. Let them earn their spots, and if they can't get in, let them develop in the VFL. There's no need for them, if they're not ready for AFL level, to just get beat up. So I have no problem with that. Ultimate Greatness agrees. He says definitely. He thinks that definitely better for the Eagles to trade out pick 1. He'd easily have 3 picks inside 10-15 than pick 1. The problem with that, though, Ultimate Greatness, I'd say, as has been widely reported this year, the draft is fairly shallow. After the top 7, it falls away really quickly.
Well, I have one gripe with
please.
this sort of talk because every year, it feels like every year we hear that, this draft's pretty shallow, not that good. The next year's draft, though, it's really good, so you better hold on to those future picks. And then when that comes around, this draft ain't that good. The next draft, though, is really good. So I just have a gripe with that. It feels like it's been like that for about a few years where, you're better off just worrying about next year's draft. Yeah, it's 12 months away. We don't know what every draft, you look at the top 10 projected 12 months before, about 2 of them stay in and about 8 new kids jump in, that sort of thing. And also you can, how many picks roughly will there be this year? It's going to be shallow again, isn't it? It's going to be like 52, I would have thought.
Well, Port Adelaide got pick 73.
Oh, yeah, they got just in case.
Port Adelaide got their pick 73, their 6th round pick.
Do you know what's going to happen? Everyone's going to pass, and then and everyone's just going to be waiting until Port Adelaide picks because they just need another number. Yeah.
I just felt using that one. Corey, I reckon North has a good draft hand. You reckon? Really, Corey? You leave a first-round pick for the rest of us, mate. And I would prefer to get Dersma and a Watson or a Harley Reid. Well, Harley Reid is number 1, or he's number 1. Harley Reid is by far and away the best player.
Do you reckon there's any chance they take that WA boy, West Coast, with that first pick?
That'd be crazy to. I reckon.
Because I actually want Daniel Curtin for our pick.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be.
But I would be fine with Dersma.
I mean, West Coast should see that even if you don't draft him now, the go-home factor is pretty strong depending on the player that we're talking about. Like, you end up seeing all these players later in their career, I want to go back home.
Yeah, but you'll get a massive haul in return.
Yeah, I know, but I think
it's worth.
This guy, according to Cal Toomey, I trust Cal Toomey with my life.
Yeah, him and Cleary are by far the best two.
I trust Cal Toomey with my life. Like, honestly, if Cal Toomey told me I've got your blood type, I'll cut you open to give you my blood, I'd do that. That's how much I trust Cal Toomey.
Yeah, spot on.
He says that Harley Reid is by far and away the best player in the draft. He is, if Dusty Martin and Luke Hodge had a baby.
Oh.
How can you pass this guy up, my man?
Well, I'd love to see if that's true.
This is Cal Toomey.
Yeah,
He tells me the world is ending tomorrow. I'm going to confession.
I need to see him play a game first before I need it. 10 years time, and I'll. Okay, fair enough. You're spot on, but he hasn't played a game yet.
Well, he's played at every level basically this year.
Yeah, he's played.
And he's been really well.
He's played for like 5 different VFL teams.
He's been hyped up all year long.
There was
Even from last year, he was hyped up, and he's continued.
There was
to
one
stay
game
focused.
where he was pretty average, but the other couple of games he was sensational. I think from memory.
I haven't looked into him super tightly. I've just trusted Cal with my life.
Yeah.
Jen, thoughts on Schultz coming into Collingwood's forward side? Schultz is insane.
Massive upgrade over
Massive
Ginnivan.
over Ginnivan.
Yeah, massive upgrade.
Like,
That's a really good get. Like,
insanely good get.
I
feel bad
you're
for
the
Freo
You're the
almost.
premiers, and you're still upgrading your side. That's always a good thing. And I don't think they gave up too much for him. Like,
No.
he's one of
he's
one
given
of
up
the
a bit.
better pressure forwards in the
Oh,
comp.
for sure.
Um,
in the prime of his career.
Once again, he's another player that just doesn't get talked about because he's not from Victoria. Well, he's Victorian, but he plays for Freo.
He played for Freo.
Yeah, so you don't get
The Vic bias.
you don't get much publicity.
No, I feel bad for Damo in particular. Like all these players come out. At least he managed to hold on to Sean Darcy. So that news was right.
Yeah.
But like they've invested so much time and effort into Lachie Schultz, who, by the way, is it just me or does he look like a gnocchi?
What?
You look at his face. And
He looks like a pasta.
He looks like a gnocchi. So I call him Gnocchi Schultz in my in my outside of streaming hours.
Mate, give me that wild turkey.
Bro, I call him Gnocchi Schultz, mate. Believe me.
You're joking.
I call him Gnocchi Schultz. You look at him up. He looks like a piece of gnocchi. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Personally, I think he looks like a human.
Fair enough, but he's got a gnocchi-shaped face.
Great call,
By me or by you?
By me, he looks
No.
like a human.
Yours is just that's a crap joke, mate.
Okay.
Riley Wombat.
Yeah, that's my mate. I told my boys. I told the boys that I'm on, and that was an inside.
What's Wombat mean? Tell us, please.
It's just an inside joke with one of my mates. Yeah, just Wombat Gate. My mates will know what that's about.
There you go. Shout out to your mates. Ultimate greatness. I reckon Fagan becomes the Tassie coach. Fagan. Not Clarko.
It could happen, you know. Like, Clarko and Fagan are great mates. If Clarko comes
Couple of
along...
racists, huh?
Oh, well, all that was a load of baloney. All that was a load of baloney.
Load of baloney. Just to put you off your game, that's all.
Yeah, that caught me off guard a bit. Well, it could be like Clarko coach, him as the main assistant. I personally reckon he'll hand the baton over to someone pretty soon for Brisbane. I think if they won the flag, he would have passed the baton over to someone. Don't know who their main assistant is, but just someone.
Well, Tassie's still another 4 years away, so North Melbourne better hold on to him ASAP. Jennifer, I don't want to see Hawthorn colours right now. It's all right, you won the flag. You're seeing everything black and white anyway, Jen.
He won a flag. Let us have him. We'll take good care of him.
Exactly. Ultimate greatness. The AFL should let you use money in trades for players or picks. How much would pick one be worth in a trade if done for cash? Oh my God. What? How much would... No, because I think that can't be right. The reason why you've got pick one is because you're last on the ladder, you're the worst team in the comp, and you need the assistants the best. To be able to buy pick one...
How about this? All right, you give out... let's just say pick one's abolished. The AFL take it from you. It makes no sense, but...
Correct.
But would you give away pick one if it meant like 2.5 million cap space?
I think you have to be... I think if you want to buy the pick, you got to pay the team.
Yeah.
So say West Coast is pick one.
Yeah.
And you want to buy pick one, I think you should pay whatever X amount of dollars is.
Yeah.
You pay that directly to the West Coast Eagles.
Yeah.
And that can go over their salary cap, and they can use that money for whatever.
I mean, like, it'll never happen.
It will never happen.
Yeah.
I agree. Pick one will always be, That can't be right. Ultimate greatness. I don't think that will work. Jen, with Schultz coming into the forward line, it would have pushed Guinea out of the side. I honestly thought Guinea was not even gonna feature at all this year and just really only be a depth player in the case of injury.
The best case scenario for Guinea, if he stayed at Collingwood, would have been Jamie Elliott's eventual replacement.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't going to get a game if all three were fit and firing. I think it's a win-win for both clubs.
Yeah, I think so. Ultimate greatness. Keep away from Wadey. He's ours.
Who's Wadey?
Wadey. No idea who you're talking about, Ultimate Greatness. Damo, super draft equals current year +1. Well, you've got a crap ton of investment in that draft out of your hands, unfortunately. So, yep. First half of the year is a super draft and it slowly converts to a poor draft with not much. It's happened for the last few years.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
I just take what Cal Toomey says, all right? It's gospel truth to me. West Coast would have to be bluffing. Curtin would be a great pickup and you could trade down and get more picks. That's their plan and they'll trade it surely.
Well, it's either, as I said, it's either West Coast or North Melbourne that pick one goes to.
I think that they're gonna have to get either pick 2 or 3. Like they're gonna have to get 2, 3 back for pick.
Would you
1.
take it if it was pick 1 for 2 and 3?
Oh, of course you would.
You probably would, wouldn't you?
I think North Melbourne would be paying overs for that though.
It'd be pretty much overs, yeah.
They're not going to pay picks 2 and 3 for
remember
pick 1.
last trade period when they traded Horn Francis and pick 1?
Yeah.
For 2 and 3 for the draft.
Well,
that was funny.
They definitely got the short end of the stick on that deal. I got to say.
I mean, Sheasel and I do have concerns.
Sheasel Woodlaw are good though.
I do have concerns for Woodlaw.
Warlord.
Yeah, the Warlord long term with his hamstring issues at such a young age, but I think Sheasel will be very good.
I was personally hoping that North Melbourne didn't take Woodlaw because of those soft tissue concerns. I was hoping that Woodlaw would come to our pick.
He's a talented player, but it's going to be a massive concern if he's having these issues at 19 years of age. Imagine them when he's 10 years later. Is he going to just become another, I don't know what an example is, maybe Dion Prestia, that just can't stay healthy for a game?
Hoping that...
or Luke Shuey.
Yeah, I'm personally hoping that Woodlaw will just...
he's so good to watch.
He's so good. He's a diehard Bomber fan, so I'm hoping that we can get him down the track. So fingers crossed there. Damo, analyze, don't generalize. You're right, Damo. Forgive me. I'm
Love
sorry.
you, Damo.
Globes, which players are you looking at picking in your Supercoach teams in regards to this year's trades? Not necessarily the players that got traded, but for example, Riddles, now that Mackay has arrived. I definitely like Ridley. I even started him this year, and that's without a Mackay. But it could very well be that it could be the Redman that could be the one that is freed up the
Red
most.
Dog, yeah.
It could be the Red Dog that actually outperforms everyone.
I'm too scared by either.
The price will be good though. At least.
Ridley is such a burn man for me, so it's a bit hard to pick him.
He just turned 24 the other day. Happy birthday to you, Rids. What a star.
Yeah.
Or 25, I think.
Yeah. Redman I'm a little bit more curious with, but his inconsistent scoring really does concern me.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you'd rather a bloke scoring in between 80 and 120 every week instead of 130 than a 57. So, I don't know. Next year will be fairly interesting.
It will. I think I'm going to go guns and rookies next year regardless.
I think a lot of people will.
I think Grundy for sure is going to be in my team next year.
But I think Supercoach is all about with your starting team. Now, I pick a really crap starting team every year.
Me too.
And I eventually trade my way through it. But there's always a new trend every year, or a trend that we don't really expect. Like 2022 was the year of mid-season. Mid-price players like Sicily and Hewitt and all that stuff. And then 2023, like start of that season, everyone wanted to go mid-price, but it was more of a guns and rookies year. Could like 2024 again be like one of those mid-priced? I don't know. It's hard to pick the trend. A lot of people are going to go guns and rookies next year, and they might be the right call.
I went very mid-price madness this year, and it sort of hurt me a little bit. So
Setterfield I picked up at round 3.
I started the goat. Goat.
He was a really good starting.
It was a great start.
But he was just bang average past that. I think he was playing injured, wasn't he? He got injured very late against the Suns game in round 2, I think, and just never recovered from it.
Exactly. And he went bananas in that game. And it was so funny. We were at that game and I was screaming and everyone was complaining that I didn't. Were you not at that game?
Yeah, I was there.
And I was losing my peanuts.
Yeah.
I'm like, say that, guys!
It was
and then they kicked that goal and I almost
It was the
stripped naked.
Supercoach community and the majority of them supported Essendon.
Yes, of course. Well, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Poor buggers.
Mate, we won that game and we were very happy.
Yeah, good on you.
Lily, who won out of Fremantle or St Kilda in the trade?
Yeah. Also, Global, just back to that question.
Sorry,
I think... No, I'll just say I think Chris Burgess could be that potentially Radicalea pick of
Well,
last...
he's playing in defence.
Yeah, well, everyone's injured at Adelaide. Well, not everyone, but you got Mark Keane. Who are their key backs?
Mitch Hinge, mate.
Oh, you got Mitch Hinge, Jordan Butts, I guess, but I think Burgess would get a game, and I
Big
think it'd be
Butts.
like 150k. If he's playing, I think you'd play him.
Love big butts and cannot lie.
Yeah. Who won the trade out of the Fremantle St Kilda in the trade? What did they give up? It was. What did St Kilda give up? It was 21. They didn't give up their first, did they?
It depends who you ask. Some might say they emptied out their list of a bit of their team with a bit of list cloggers.
I think Henry's all right.
Henry's great. Absolutely. I think
he's all right.
Paddy Dow.
Yeah.
I thought he showed good stuff playing for the Blues as well.
Yeah, if he's playing pure mid, then I think that's going to be a good pickup. I'd play him over Seb Ross personally.
Yes, I agree.
I made a bold call with my mates the other, I think last week.
Bold call? All right.
I think Tyler Brockman will be a better player than Liam Henry. Yeah, I got that reaction too. They're like, oh, and I'll be the Prime Minister tomorrow. Anyway.
Classic Hawthorn. Classic Hawk take. They left.
He left. And I'm saying he's going to be great.
Yeah, fair enough. Jade Gresham left. Caulfield left. Billings left.
So who won the trade? I would have thought...
I'd imagine that the loss of Schultz from Fremantle and Henry, so those two...
Lily specifically asked that trade.
Oh, just the trade?
Who won it?
Fair enough.
I would have thought.
Fair enough, yeah.
St Kilda had to give up picks 13 and 21. They have pick 13 and 21. Can they trade up for pick 7? Pick 7's Geelong, isn't it?
Yes,
I think
it
pick
is.
7
No,
is Geelong.
pick 8 is Geelong.
Who's pick 7 then?
Good
Was
question.
it GWS with Richmond? It must have been GWS.
Yes, I think so. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Yep. Let me just scroll up to the Giants. That's Hawthorn. Giants are pick 7, correct, yes.
13 and 21, would you take that if you're GWS?
For pick 7?
Yep.
I mean, it depends on the points, I guess.
I think
10, 21, not in a shallow draft. I think pick 7's the last of the top tier.
Well, I think if you're St Kilda, I think you try to go for it.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they're a mature list. They're not super young. I think they made a final
They
this
just
year.
need to keep adding to their young core, and then I know St Kilda are going for the right now, but they've also got a really nice young core of Philippo, Owens, Wanganeen, Miller. If you can add another bloke like that into the mix, then I think you've got a good core four to build around once these blokes like Jack Steele and Brad Crouch and all these sort of blokes are old and stuffed. You can then build around then. Because I think St Kilda should be playing Owens more in the midfield for next year. At least 40% CBAs.
They just need more forward presence is the problem. They can't rely on Kammer. Sorry, Kammer. Love you to bits, my friend, but Kammer's pretty unreliable.
Oh, he's only young.
He's young. He still needs time to develop.
He'll grow.
You
can't rely on Jack Hayes.
You can't rely on Jack Hayes. I think Jack Hayes showed that he's definitely very promising if he can keep.
He's promising,
if
but
he can keep fit.
Availability is the best ability.
Yes, of course. But he seems available now, though.
You'd hope so.
I think he's gotten over his injury concerns.
Yeah. So I don't know. If I'm St Kilda, I'd consider it.
Fair enough.
If you're the Giants, well, yeah, I don't think.
I think the Giants are I think the Giants team is really good. I think the Giants. I mean, what do the Giants lack for really? Another key forward. They got Aaron Cadman-Reed.
Well, they got Cadman-Reed. I think like a lockdown small defender.
Their defense is so good though.
It is, but that's sort of the type they're missing. Like a bloke like Nick Newman would be very good for the Giants. I just think they're missing that. I think everything else is pretty well sorted. So
that's why they don't mind. They were very quiet in this trade period.
Maybe with pick. I think maybe they could do with a promising ruck. I know they got Briggs, but maybe just another one to add to the list because you can't rely on Big Prusy.
He's his backup.
Yeah, he's always in the hospital.
Or putting others in the hospital. That suplex tackle was insane.
No. He's a talented. He's a good player and up and about. But when is that?
Well, Flynn is a good ruckman. But
he's solid. Yep.
Yeah, but I think that's all you need. I think you just need a solid ruckman.
Yeah, you don't need.
I mean, look at Collingwood. They want a flag with freaking Mason Cox and bloody Darcy Cameron.
And you can think of the majority of premiership ruckmen over the modern era. They weren't grouse ruckmen. They were just like West Coast. It was Nathan Vardy.
Exactly. You don't need guns. You don't need Simon Maddens anymore.
Nate Curvis is a good ruckman. I wouldn't call him a great ruckman.
Yeah, he's good.
Ben McAvoy, same thing.
Yes,
played his role.
Big boy.
Big boy. It was the Dogs ruck when they won it.
Was it Sweet? It was.
Oh, Jordan Sweet wasn't that.
No,
it wasn't Will Minson, was it? Who was
Will Minson? Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Jeez.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
Get Minson off.
Get Minson off. Yeah, you don't need a gun ruck.
Dogs ruck was Jordan Ruffett and Tom Boyd.
Thank you, Damo.
And I think they snuck a bit of Josh Dunkley in the ruck at times as well. Yeah,
Bevo always finds a way
to
ruin
once again,
his players.
You don't need a Max. Max Gawn, he's won a flag.
Correct.
But you don't need a gun ruck. You just need them to do a job and be a body.
Yes, exactly. And that's what Flynn is for West Coast, and that's why I like him.
Yeah, fair enough.
At West Coast.
Fair enough.
Gawn is a premiership ruck. Yeah, I know Globes, but Gawn is he's in that special tier. Most teams have shown that you don't need.
It's just more proving that you don't need.
Correct.
I don't know, Tim English. You don't need to go after Tim English like Flynn or Bailey Williams could eventually do the job.
Well, you'd expect the Eagles to make a hard play for him though, for English.
Yeah, you may
get him across WA.
Yeah, you may as well.
Because he's not just a ruckman; he's an extra midfielder.
Yeah, and it'll get more bums on seats.
Yeah, 100%.
Watching Tim English play,
mate.
And if you're not giving up anything, then go for it.
We love no speaker de English. Fisher with a.
Have we missed?
Sorry, I missed someone. Ultimate Greatness, head of our medical department. Wade is good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Oh, that's who Wade is.
Wade, yeah. He probably gets the cake for best trainer for the season for sure.
Oh, then you can't forget Darren Burgess from Adelaide.
Yeah, but they won a flag.
Yeah, I know, but Darren Burgess with that young Adelaide. Adelaide should have been in the finals. Like that goal that they kicked against the Swans was not counted. That was a goal.
Yeah.
But Adelaide 100% were robbed of the finals this year.
Yeah.
I expect another big rise. I still expect another continued rise out of the Crows next year.
I think it will be telling for that club. Are you going to sook up about it, or are you going to? All right, no, we're definitely making finals. We'll scrap that. That ever happened. We're going to be more hungrier than ever to make finals, because if they just crap the bed, then that shows
they're
how terrible.
100% hungrier. They're 100% hungrier.
How terrible of a mindset they would have.
You know, I can see them coming back with a vengeance, having been denied finals.
Yeah.
I can see them coming out really strong. They've got some great experienced leadership as well. Dawson's a great captain.
I do have minor concerns about their younger talent.
Oh, I think they'll be fine.
I think they've drafted a bit.
No, I think they'll be fine.
Like, they need some massive steps out of blokes like Sam Berry.
I think they need a massive steps out of Riley Thilthorpe as well.
Yep, the Lisp.
Thilthorpe.
Oh.
I like that. The Lisp.
The
Lisp. Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think I trust them. I think they've got a great build going there.
Yeah. Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher was a good pickup. I think.
Good pickup for North.
I mean, anyone at this point is a good pickup for North. Let's be real. Damo says the Saints won it because David Wall's got bent over. It's tough.
I don't know. It's one of those things where with all these trades and all that, you find out in a few years' time who won and whatnot. It's hard to tell at the minute. But your instant reaction, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Global, I think the blowy goes to another level. I think the fish can become a pig of that half-back line. De Blowy certainly went really well this year. I thought he went. I think it was very impressive.
He was really good on grand final,
especially on grand final day. Even in the prelim, when they needed a big body to burst out of the centre clearances and to help out against the Giants, I thought, he did really well.
It's just more about his injuries. If he can stay on the park, then he's like one of the best players in the competition.
And off-field indiscretions.
Yeah, off-field, yeah.
There's a question now because if they've won a flag,
close the borders for him.
Yeah, they've won a flag. So does he still have a hunger to go again, or because he was already a loose cannon without a flag? Imagine now with a flag.
It'll be interesting to see with the because I think it always goes both ways. Would a certain team ride off into the sunset about it? Like I think Geelong have a bit. Or they're hungry to go again. Like I think Richmond was an example. I know they didn't win it in 2018, but they won it in 2017, but they wanted to go again. Yeah. And you can make the argument, and I personally reckon that 2018 was actually their best season. Like their best was 2018, but they just lost in the prelim.
Yeah.
I personally thought so. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Collingwood go for it. I mean, I guess there's that extra little bit of motivation that they could be the first club with 17 premierships. So that's probably in their mind.
Maybe. It could be. St Kilda has young ruckman Isaac Killier. I don't know how to...
Keller. I think he's just spelt that wrong. She's spelt that wrong.
Sorry, Lily. Oh, Lily was absolutely drilling us with questions last week. I don't know if you saw that.
Thank you very much, Lily, for jumping on.
Nice to see you again, Lily. Much appreciated.
Keller, I think he was injured second half of the season. So I think, another pre-season will do well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Lily, I think Port failed in the trade. The players they got in the trade are not star players. Well, that's what it was. It was clear from the outset that they were going in like almost like a Bazball or Moneyball. This is Hinkley ball. I don't know, like trying to go for all of these B/C grade players. It's really interesting. They found an area of need. And they probably thought, you know what, the only way for us to fill this need is by not going after genuine superstars because they generally didn't have much left that they could trade with. So I think the only people that they could go for were these B/C grade type of players just to fill a need. They might think that they've got enough star power in the side already. They just need more role players. Yeah. And I to be honest, I sort of agree with them. I think they've got some great players already in the side. And they just needed to fill out those holes in the list. And now I think it's going to be, overall, it's a much more balanced list.
I think it'll help not having Trent McKenzie play on Jesse Hogan.
Of course.
He got absolutely destroyed in that final.
I felt bad for him.
So I think Radaglia and Zerk Thatcher can certainly help with the height.
Yes.
So
they just have to bring them all the ground. Just don't get beat.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just don't get beat. That's your job.
Yeah.
Bring in the ground. And let the others get to work, like Dan Houston and things like that, who I thought had a great year this year.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
I thought Dan Houston probably should have been All-Australian, to be honest.
How good was that goal against Essendon? Oh, no, wrong one.
That's very true. That's exactly how I felt.
Oh, where's the laughing one?
We were... Yeah. That's applause.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, that is.
It was worthy of applause, I must admit. It was a really good goal.
That was a big kick.
That was a massive kick. Hawthorn into forward, says Lily. Sorry.
No. Well, we got 3 of them in, so I wouldn't have.
Well, you dropped Fergus Green. That was harsh on the guy, I think.
He just wasn't going to get a game.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah, like, look, I feel like I'm bagging Gunston here, but I would have preferred just keeping Fergus Green. But
you are back in Gunston.
Oh, I love Gunston, but it's just, as I said with that analogy, like we kind of had everything sort of sorted without you, and now you want to come back. I know you had your issues with your personal issues and sadness with your father passing.
Wow, that is brutal. I just why that passing away. Forgive me. I promise I'm not normally that cold-hearted. I'm not normally that cold-hearted,
expect
guys.
me to say that.
I did not expect you to say that.
No, he dealt with his own personal issues. Gee, that took a turn.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I promise I didn't mean to do that.
Nah.
Forgive me.
Nah, I don't think we need. I mean, we'll see how we go next year.
Jack Gunston, please don't hate me. I did not know he was going to say that.
He won't watch. I don't think that's bold to say. Nah, I don't think. We'll see how we go next year, but I don't think we need more forwards. Brought a few of them in, so
That's true. That's true. You got
see how we go.
I just need to move away from
lot of water going under to go under the bridge there.
Yes, let's just keep this river flowing. Ultimate greatness,
especially for your case.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimate greatness. Most main rucks can't play forward. Once they have to be something other than a ruck, most fail. Grundy's a perfect example, and he's not the only one.
There's some that can.
You can teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ben McAvoy could play forward.
Big boy McAvoy.
Yeah.
Goldstein can play forward. He's had to play a bit more forward this year.
Yeah, well, resulted in 17th.
That's not his fault.
Yeah. I know.
Jeez. Way to throw this guy on the bus. He's the number one hit-out player in the history of the game, I'll have you know.
Oh, mate. Yeah, okay.
He's like 58 years old. You can't blame the grandpa for his team.
And he's a headliner for Essendon.
Mate, he's playing for us round one, I'll have you know. He's a Bomber fan growing up as well.
Shiver me timbers. All right.
Next year, Crows will get Tyler Welsh.
Who's that?
Says Lily.
Who's that?
Please tell us more, Lily.
Thank you, Lily.
Damo, after learning why Schultz requested a trade, Dockers couldn't make him stay. It would have been heartless.
Well, because he was a free agent next year, so he could have just walked. But
no, apparently there seems to have been more to that story.
What, that something happened behind the scenes, or? Oh, really? Okay, I just personally thought, all right, Collingwood have come along. I'm from Victoria. See ya.
Nah,
something's happened.
Yeah. It was
Okay.
it was very sudden.
Yeah, Freo have a bit of an issue with retaining players, aren't they?
That they do.
And Longmuir's going to be under a little bit of pressure next year. You'd hope for them to get better.
Look, I don't think it's too bad, to be honest, because I think Freo still have a lot of good young talent in the list. It sucks though that they're losing players in their
but
prime.
it's not a good sign. Like all these players are leaving for the culture.
He had family reasons.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with. It's got nothing to do with the Freo.
It's not just Schultz, but it's like all these players leaving over the years.
Who are they missing the most, you reckon?
What in terms of a fit for their team?
Yeah, I mean, like Mundy was a lot of experience that went out due to retirement. Lob, the Lobster. I don't really think he's a great forward, but he was the number one key forward.
I think they need another brute next to Amiss. I think Amiss is going to be a really good player.
John Amos is a gun. Yeah.
But they need that second bloke, and Matt Taberner's clearly shown that he's
Matt Taberner.
He had one good year. Yeah, well, they probably.
Matt Taberner's only good against Essendon. He kicks 7 goals against us every time. But now that we got Mackay into the side, get around us, mate. Get around, mate. You guys were offering him as well, big bucks. Don't tell me. Oh yeah, you were the ones that caused the bidding war over him.
Yeah,
and then you complain that they got pick 3 compensate. The North Melbourne got pick 3 compensation.
Essendon wouldn't have.
Well, we had to go hard because you guys were going hard.
Yeah.
And then BZT requested the trade to Port. We got no key backs, so we had to go hard. Otherwise, it was going to go to you guys. And then the Swans also went hard.
Yeah, he just didn't want to leave Victoria.
He didn't want to leave Victoria, so it became out of us two. And because you guys were offering him so much money on the table, we had to match. Otherwise, we were going to be blown out of the water.
Yeah.
And then you guys complained that North Melbourne get pick 3. You were the one who started this whole situation.
Yeah. So.
Yes. Undisputed. I win this. Thank you very much.
Prick.
If you guys need a mod, let me know. Says Ultimate Greatness. Interesting. Why would we need a mod? Jade Gresham has had better seasons than Lockie Schultz.
Wait, where's this? Oh, Jade Gresham.
Lily says
has had
Jade
better
Gresham.
seasons than Lockie Schultz.
Get it around us.
No, he hasn't.
Get it around us, mate.
Not every season.
He's had better seasons. Not every season.
Last 2 years, Schultz was better.
Wow. Damo, I really appreciate this. Holy moly, this just keeps going.
What?
You sent me an essay. All right. This is courtesy of Damo Supercoach. If you haven't subbed to him.
Oh, has he sent you a message?
Damo has sent me a message, and I will read this because...
As he said, you could read it on...
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to read all that.
Exclusive, you got to hear on why Lockie Schultz left Fremantle.
All right. In quotations now. So why do so many players leave? Is it culture? Is it list management? Is it the players? Is it the coaches? Well, I don't think there's a simple answer to any of it. Mark Duffield wrote in an article for Code Sports that it comes from the club's inability to put their foot down. Yep. His argument makes for some good reading. So if you want to head on over to that, read what Mark Duffield has to say on Code Sports. And his closing argument is that Freo can't put the foot down now that they have allowed so many to walk out the door already. His argument is that if they are to make a stand, why not now? Why can't they start putting their foot down? If something is going to change in that space, what else are they meant to do? Peter Bell and David Walls are heavy-handed operators, and some player managers, including one in particular, isn't a fan of how they manage things.
Okay.
He won't go into every specific player, but he'll touch on Rory Lobb, Lockie Schultz, Adam Chera, Blake Acres, and Jesse Hogan as the best examples as to why there are very separate reasons for each player's exit. Rory Lobb's partner is Steve Rossich's daughter, the club's previous CEO. They were offered opportunities in the eastern states, including various employment opportunities, and that meant Lobb, only a few seasons after, requested to go home from GWS, wanted to follow his partner to Victoria and landing at Western Bulldogs. Lockie Schultz had a family situation that couldn't be resolved due to its critical nature. Wish them all the best, by the way. Adam Chera is on record saying if the club was in Victoria, he would have stayed. Unfortunately, Fremantle is a region in WA, and so that was never going to be the case. His trade request in the end had to do with family ties, and he made it clear on draft night that it was the case. Fremantle were as accommodating as possible, and he even signed a contract extension for a further 2 years not long after being drafted. When COVID came along and travel wasn't looking easy, he decided that being closer to his family was best in the short and long term. And finally, Jesse Hogan. The Dockers finally landed the big fish. Hogan requested a trade from Melbourne to be closer to his family, and nobody was happier to see him land in Perth than the media. Finally, someone they could plaster on their front pages, except it was all for the wrong reasons. Jesse Hogan is on record in an interview with John Ralph that he could have handled things better, but the media had years-old pictures on front pages making fun of his mental health issues and various other things. And in the end, the fishbowl that was Perth's unique sports media environment, his injury troubles to do with several calf issues and his mental health issues became too much for him and he was traded, along with his big salary to the Giants, a non-traditional football state where he could get himself back on track out of the limelight.
Camera one.
Is my audio still going? So the camera's gone. Is my audio still going? Can you guys hear me? Oh, there we go. I think we're backing up. I think we're up and going again. The big error on Freo's side was the Blake Acres situation. Once negotiations started, neither the team or the player were on the same page. There were requests for delays in negotiations and stalemates, but it was decided pretty quickly that Acres wanted a trade to Carlton, and Fremantle really didn't value him correctly. Every situation has been different, and I don't believe it to be a recurring issue stemming from the same reason. But the club needs to find internally why these situations keep popping up Externally, though, the media needs to treat every situation in isolation. Worth noting that Fremantle has lost as many players as Collingwood has, not even close to the amount of GWS, and are middle of the road as far as the competition goes for players traded out since 2017. All back. Great. Thank you, Ultimate Greatness. And a massive thank you to Damo Supercoach for giving us such an in-depth breakdown of all that. Moral of the story is, all these players have left for various different reasons. Things that are out of Freo's control. However, Freo need to find a way to put their foot down and do their best to retain these players.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, they've never won a premiership, so they need to just get more culturally stronger and, try to keep these players on board because otherwise it just leaves you in this sort of situation where they're just in the middle of the pack. But they do have some young, promising, talented players, so they just need to become a destination club again. I mean, they did with Luke Jackson, but, we'll see how we go with Freo. I think Justin Longmuir will be under a bit of pressure.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it is a results-based industry. As soon as you're in there for a few years and you haven't got results, unfortunately, it does chase you, and the pressure just continues to build. And it's very rare for coaches to go out on their own terms, right? It tends to be a job that you get pushed out of.
Results-based business.
Exactly. It would suck if Michael Frederick was to go back to Adelaide, Lily, because I think Michael Frederick is also a really important cog in the Fremantle list.
That would hurt big time.
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimate Greatness, Welsh is a father-son for the Crows. Kid looks like a man-child already. He's going to be a beast. Key forward. Mate, why do the Crows keep finding their ways with getting these key forwards in?
They have so many.
But Tex Walker's not going to be around forever.
Yeah, he's aging like fine wine though.
He's aging. Oh, he's insane. I will never get over how he stepped past Alira.
Yeah.
How he fakes to go right foot, then swings onto the left, then kicks it from outside 50. That was glorious.
He's an absolute beast. I love Tex.
If not for his racism,
yeah,
he'd be unbelievable.
No.
He's still unbelievable. But I'll give
absolute gun.
To the guy on the right, do you wipe or let it crust?
Who's the right? You.
Oh, that's why. All right, that might be a reason why Ultimate Greatness is asking if you need a mod. Let me know on your Ultimate Greatness. Definitely we wipe. Clubs have no power to keep players anymore, says Global. Look, it's true. It's very hard. Loyalty isn't. And
if a player wants gone, you preferably just move them on because you don't want a player that just doesn't want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to keep a good culture where you just know that every player there wants to build something special at each club.
Yeah, you want full investment, and that's the only way you can win a flag. You can't win a flag if someone's half-arsing it.
It's like if anyone follows the Premier League or anything, but Ange Postecoglou, Australian manager, he just wanted players gone that didn't want to be there, and look where they are, top of the Premier League table.
I'm loving Big Ange instead.
Yeah, I love Ange.
How else did the song go again?
I've got no idea.
Is fun. We'll play the way we want to with Big Ange Postecoglou, whether I'm right or wrong. And I don't know anything of myself, so that's all you got for me today. Should the Crows go for Philip? Oh.
You did well.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'll turn that off now. Enough self-indulgence there. Lily's asking, should the Crows go for Filippo next year? Filippo? The Crows?
Well, he's from South Australia.
He's a South Australian. I know, just because they have to take their shot.
I feel like these days it's a lot more, if there's a player from another state and they're playing in a different state,
Instantly.
It's like,
Go for it.
They clearly want to go. Like, you think of Travis Boak, like he's Victorian. He started at Port Adelaide his whole career.
You just got to whisper
There
in
are
their
some
ear a little bit.
players that just want to stay, even though they're from a different state. That sort of thing.
You just have to go up to them and whisper to them, "Hey, you're from South Australia."
That was so cringe.
That was part of it. It's meant to be sinister. It's meant to be. Well, you know that everyone's going to be throwing a bunch of money at Ugle-Hagan next year. So it's all about predicting.
Do you reckon
it's all
he
about
goes?
looking forward.
If Sydney were offering him like 8 years, 12 million or something stupid like that, it'd be hard to say no.
The thing is, I think the Dogs have shown that they're really willing to pay a metric shit ton of money to keep these players across as soon as they feel others are looking for them.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at what they did with the Astronaut.
Yeah.
He wasn't even coming out of contract.
Yeah.
He was still under contract. I mean, they're like, yeah, more money. Take all of the money, mate.
What was the contract again? Was it 10 years?
It's basically become 10 years, yeah. So he wasn't coming out
These
of contract and
long-term
he's getting all
contracts.
this money.
These long-term contracts will bite you on the ass.
Yeah, 100%. Especially guys like Tim English.
Well,
They're going to have to try and sign on. Ugle-Hagan's going to be chased down a lot.
Look, it's a sad story, but look, Angus Brayshaw might retire,
Gus.
and he signed a 7-year contract. He's contracted until like 2028, 2029 or something. Like that is... He might retire. He might be on the books until I'm 28, 29 years old. Like, that's crazy to think.
Well, Damo's asking, do you think that the Grundy situation is what's tainted the long-term contract? Because we obviously have seen long contracts like Buddy Franklin when he moved across from the Hawks.
That was really the first time we've ever seen
That was the
something.
first of its kind, yes.
Yeah. But you do that for Buddy Franklin.
You don't do that.
You don't do that for Eric
Brody
Hipwood.
Grundy?
Eric Hipwood.
Yeah, not Hipwood. he was having more years left in his contract than he was averaging disposals.
Yeah.
That was insane. Eric Hipwood, that's a bad miss.
No, you do it for the Dusties, you do it for the Buddies, you do it for the Ablets, except Nathan. You don't do it for Eric Hipwood and all these types. Like, I think 5 years should be the absolute max of what you should be offering a player, because so much can change. You could get a knee injury and might not ever be able to play again. That's the risk you're running.
And Aaron Norton is always banged up. He's a high flying.
Every time I watch the Dogs, it feels like he's getting up slow, feeling something. Yeah. I mean, he's not injured.
He's always bandaged up.
Yeah.
That's way too much money to put into something that
his headband really pisses me off.
Oh,
it
he thinks he's Mackinac.
Looks like it's Wimbledon. Yeah. When they're in their clash top, he generally looks like a player.
You cannot be serious.
Yeah. He looks like a player that is playing tennis.
That's how I feel. You cannot be serious, Western Bulldogs. Why are you spending that much money on them? But I agree with what Damo's saying. I think it's a lot of these clubs are trying to lock up these core important players before Tasmania comes along. Yeah. And if they were to be traded, and if St Kilda, and if Tassie, because Tassie's going to get every concession and every
you're
going to
want your rebuild sorted before Tassie come in.
Well, that's why I'm not too fussed and too scared if I'm a West Coast Eagles fan because
there's
time.
They're timing it pretty well.
They are.
If
you're going to be shit, this was the time.
Yeah,
to do it.
and I think we are timing it pretty well too. North, you might want to get a little wriggle on.
I think North have managed to get a decent midfield going together.
But you need to start seeing results.
They need someone to help out.
You need to start seeing results.
Plus, their key back, their back line is.
Who's their key back now?
They got nothing.
Aiden Core, he's crap.
Mate, Aiden Core.
Callan Dawson and Toby Pink.
Get around Mr. Pink, man.
Whoever
Mr.
plays
Pink guy.
North Melbourne twice will win the Coleman.
Probably the new Eagles.
Yeah.
Ultimate greatness. What's happening with Ugle-Hagan next year? I'd be giving him a Godfather deal, a deal he can't refuse. He's an Oakley kid, which is where the Pies next generation is. I'd want him so bad. You're not the only one, Ultimate Greatness. Everyone wants Ultimate Greatness. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ugle-Hagan is one of them. I wouldn't be surprised if we try and get in there because we've got money in our salary cap still, and we need another key forward. I wouldn't be surprised if we try and get in the race as well to try and throw a bunch of money at Ugle-Hagan. Us. Let's try and get Ugle-Hagan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we throw a shit ton at him saying, hey, come join us. We're willing to pay we're willing to pay Mackay $850. Come to us, mate. We're willing to pay Gresham north of 700.
Is Ugle-Hagan Victorian?
Yes.
Yep. I reckon Sydney are a big chance. I reckon.
Shit, mate.
But they're gonna have to try to keep Logan McDonald.
Well, I don't mind. I don't know. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they're happy to offer him as a trade.
Yeah.
Ugle-Hagan for and give up Logan McDonald because Logan McDonald hasn't come on yet still.
No, but I think he eventually will.
Yeah, but how much time do you?
It's been 2 years. Oh, 3 years actually. I think he'll do better now without having to worry about Buddy.
Fair enough.
And I think Amadi's a good player.
Fair enough. Max King had shoulder issues this year, says Lily.
Well, he definitely did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's just gonna, because he can't afford to have many more because as a key forward you've got to be lifting your arms up to take a big grab.
He's a big
and
boy.
if you can't do that with your arms, and you're in a bit of strife.
Well, I mean, Buddy Franklin managed to have a decent.
Yeah, but he's not
career
Buddy. He's not Buddy Franklin
without taking marks overhead.
He's not Buddy Franklin,
mate. Mac Kingy boy, come over to the Bombers. We'll fix those shoulders of yours. Gee, my phone is popping off.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm recording. Please stop messaging me. Damo, Tassie isn't a given yet though. Their parliament doesn't want to build the stadium anymore.
Yeah, good point.
AFL has approved the team, but only if the stadium gets built and it's looking shaky.
Well, there won't be a team if they don't.
Shaky.
They won't do it. They won't. I'm pretty sure Gillan McLaughlin said if there's no stadium, there's no team.
Yep. They just send North Melbourne.
They really should just build it. Personally,
where's the money going to come from? The Tassie people don't want it.
Yeah, and I don't really get it. It creates so many job opportunities. Housing creates so much. A lot of tourism. There is a lot that will benefit with having an AFL team and a new stadium. It will be awesome for Tasmania to have a team, and they've wanted a team for so long. It's just a bunch of retired people that are retired that are a bit angry. Change. I do feel like a lot of people hate change. Yep. Like how about I'm personally not a massive fan of it, but did you hear about the AFL wanting to do the split round fixture?
Oh, I heard about it, but I didn't read into it too much.
It might happen. Like it's smart marketing wise, but it's just the fans that aren't pleased.
Well, we struggled with 4 rounds of buys, didn't we?
Yeah. I think it's just the AFL are doing it purely because of the NRL being in Vegas for the first week. For 2 games. So they're taking advantage of that market, that Sydney market where these 4 teams, they'll be in Vegas. You can't go to these games. So I think that's why they're doing it. But that would mean the AFL season would start very early than usual.
I wouldn't mind.
Sooner the better.
Sooner the better. Give me football now.
But it would start very early March.
Fair enough. Lily, Brisbane could be a big slider next year. They won't be playing Gabba for 5 years because of the Olympics.
Well, they're still playing the Gabba next year.
Yeah.
When does it change? Is it 2026? I think they have to start playing elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, it's at the Brisbane Showgrounds, isn't it, where they're playing their footy?
Correct.
What are they doing? Are they building a stadium or what's going on there? Oh, it's going to be like a...
Raid Gold Coast's stadium.
Oh, that'd be so bad. Like, Metrocon's not a very good...
Can you imagine both these teams like sharing the stadium? We're going to train on these days. Oh, and you train on those days.
Oh, yeah, we're from Brisbane. Oh, where do you play? In Gold Coast.
We're the pride of Brisbane town.
Brisbane would hate that as well because they've had a couple of ACLs on that ground.
Oh, it's a crap ground.
It's actually... I've been to that
you would
stadium.
know.
I've been to that stadium a few times. It's actually a really nice stadium.
Yep.
Bloody expensive, the ticketing, but well, everything else is.
Cost of living going up
But
all the
it's
time.
just the actual surface is terrible.
Yeah. Brisbane will play at Springers, where they play AFLW. says Corey.
Springers.
On you, Causa.
Oh, is that like the what's it called? Like the Brighton Homes sort of.
I don't know Queensland anywhere near it.
Yeah.
I just know Movie
I think
World.
that's where their training ground is. That's all.
I just know Movie World, Wet and Wild. Yeah, you see me
Have
at
you
Wet
been
and
there?
Wild every second week. Sorry?
Have you been to those
I have.
theme parks?
Yeah, great
What's
fun.
the best?
Oh, I've won once, bloody 11 years ago. I like Movie World.
Fair enough.
I like the Superman ride.
I like Wet and Wild, probably.
The Superman. Actually, no. I like the Scooby Doo ride. The Scooby Doo ride was fun. I like that.
Oh yeah, I've been on that. That was pretty cool.
Brisbane Showgrounds is egg shaped. Probably not the AFL size, really, says Damo. Thank you, Damo.
Yeah, they play at the SCG every week.
Exactly. and the Cardinia Park exists as well. All right. I think on that note, guys, we've gone through all the comments. Massive love and appreciation to all you wonderful viewers and Damo for that long answer as well. I hope I read it justly and came out as articulate as you put it down in writing. A massive love to everyone. Massive thanks, of course, to Steve for popping the cherry, coming in for his first Fancast live stream.
Great feeling. Yeah, I'm very happy to. Thank you so much for having me here. I really enjoyed it. Good fun. Always good chatting footy.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure you give us a like and a subscribe if you're new, where we have a proper footy chat. We're also starting up a Patreon page as well. So all you guys, if you want to get exclusive content, direct access to us. Obviously, we know quite a few of you guys from your talking, but for those of you who don't know us personally, you can always reach out to us through the Patreon, which we're opening up, where you get exclusive content, shout-outs as well in each of our videos. So please stay tuned for that. Massive love. Thanks, Ultimate Greatness. Really appreciate the compliment. We will see you all in the next one.
Thank you, everyone, for the comments. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Much love.
Have a great week.
See you guys.
See ya.